Hi there, and welcome back to some more FTL Multiverse with me, Daniel from Dan Has Fun. This episode, we're going to go kind of back to basics, so we're going to play as the Kestrel, but not the one from the Advanced Edition, albeit it is very, very similar. Let's quickly go through the differences, just so you can have a very brief run through. We don't start with the Burst Laser Mark II, which is a big sad, because it's one of the best weapons in the entire game. We get a Burst Laser Mark III instead. Now, you'd think bigger number equals better, but that's not true here. It takes an extra power. It may well fire a full 5 shots, but it takes 17 seconds to charge. Now, it technically doesn't for this ship because it has a reloader, so it's about, 15.3? But that still means that it's going to fire pretty much after everybody else's weapon has fired. You'd be like, well, use your other weapon. Well, the Leto missile is rubbish. There's really no getting around that. It may only take 10 seconds, well, 9, but it only does 1 damage. So it's not going to be doing a huge amount for us. We will hopefully be replacing that at some time in the near future. We also can't run both of these weapons at once. You may notice we only have 3 weapon power. This takes 3 by itself, so not great. Genuinely one benefit of this ship, though, it can hold up to 11 crew members. So we're not going for any type of achievement that requires 11 different crew members or anything like that. And I think that's partly what it's paying homage to, that one of the Kestrel's mission objectives to unlock the Type B version of it requires 6 different species of creature living on your ship in Advanced Edition, or indeed in the regular game. We're not having to contend with any of that. We do only start with 2 humans and an NG. Not the most interesting combination, it has to be said. To the point where, honestly, the humans, I'm tempted to not even rename, because I'm hoping to replace them at some point. Maybe I'll just put them as somebody as myself there. We do have somebody new to add to the team. There you go. Congratulations on being an NG or Rosa. And then guess, for sake of argument, we'll do my wife as a human and myself as a human, and I'll probably make myself the pilot because it's the most boring place, and her favourite colour is purple, so it makes more sense to give her that character. With 11 crew members, we're probably going to end up having everybody have somebody on board. Again, if you want to have a crew member named after you, there's about a 50-50 chance you'll die horribly, but if you do, let me know in the comments below. I've done a lot of talking, let's begin. We are going to skip all this stuff as we always do. We do want to put the reloader on. Go on, we'll take the gifts. And now, what do we want to do? Do we want a 3rd regular human? No, of course we don't. Normally, I take a weapon, but what are we going to power it with? Hopes and dreams? I'm thinking what we will do in this case is we'll take some resources in case I desperately have to use the missile. We'll do that, and we're going to do our salvage mission immediately and get 3 more fuel and 3 more missile. A pretty good start. So let's we need to change this around immediately. We start with level 2 oxygen for what that matters to. Whoop-de-frickin-do. We need to switch these guys around before I forget. So, do we want you in shields or do we want you in weapons? Nah, get my wife in weapons, that feels more appropriate. She's not the defensive type. Ooh, this sector layout is pretty rubbish, isn't it? What is that? So the merchant's in a dead-end zone. Ugh. Not great. It's fine. I nearly picked the ship that doesn't even have to follow the map, and I will at some point, but I'm a bit scared of it. Ah, a fellow traveller. Do you want to buy an engine upgrade for 3 fuel? Yeah, I think that's a pretty good trade. And 2 stores. So I'm thinking 1, 2... hang on. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. We get caught, so we can't do that. This layout is terrible, so I could do what? 1, 2, 3. I guess that's weird. Weird generation is going to be weird. Oh, the Earth's basically behind us. I didn't get into business. No, we're going to ask if they need any help, and then we're going to report them and get some free stuff. Thank you. That's a store in distress. Don't even bother going to the Fed store. I don't really have anything to sell. Where am I going to go in this sector? Like, if I go up to the distress store, I'm pretty much going to have to hit every point on the way back. I guess we'll just go to the distress store. This layout is absolute turd. We will rescue the store. We don't have an emergency manual, so there's nothing for us to do. Okay, combat-wise, what do we have going for us? Not a lot. Let's just hope the mini beam fires before their heavy laser does, because we have nothing. We are the opposite of Stacy's bomb. They're going to board us. We don't even have level 2 doors. Can probably turn auto fire on. That will be hunky-dory. Where are you boarding? Not like it can block you. You're going to go to oxygen? I'm just going to keep gassing you out of rooms I don't want you to be in. If you want to sit with the NG, that's fine. We'll lose that battle one-on-one, but it's fine. Please don't hit me with your beam. And there's a fire in the doors. Amazing. Well, there's not much we can do about that right now, so... aim for their... Honestly, their teleporter, so I don't have to deal with anybody else boarding us. Toasty fire. Okay. You've done things as long as you can. Get in there. Take him out, please. Or at least distract him. We're going to have to turn on... medbay temporary. I guess we don't need to breathe that much, right? That's fine. Well, at least they're toast. Slow, crumbly toast. Fire starter beam. Probably not the way to go. Flak charge, Clone Bay for me is probably a good idea because I am stupid, but right now we can't afford that. That's not the way to go. This is probably not a boarding ship, not with our crew. We have one of the worst starting crews for that. If only this had some... Well, it's a laser weapon. It's not a beam, even though it looks a bit like a beam weapon. It fires twice, takes 14 seconds, and has a guaranteed chance to cause fire. It's an interesting weapon. So it's essentially a Burst Laser Mark 1 with fractionally longer charge time, but it always causes fire. There's definitely something to be said for this. To the point where we're going to do this, and it may seem weird because we can't afford to power them both. I'm not intending to. We can see if we can roast some crew to death and get some more scrap. Can you just die already? Thank you. We should probably deal with this before the fire gets completely out of control. So let's go. Let's go handle that. Thank goodness NGs are good at putting out fire as well. Oh, that's not what we want, though. Don't take the shields out, please. We like them. Everybody likes the shields. Go heal. You go heal. Then once you're pretty much healed, the door should be fixed. Excellent. And then you go heal. Just gently singe. It looks like I'm being set on fire behind me too, doesn't it? Just where that fire be. This at least gives us the ability to dodge some more. So, there's that. We did take 1 hull damage, but what are you gonna do? You're probably the guy looking for the professor, right? We'll wait. Yeah. I'm going to tell them we're not Orwell. Oh, I'm sorry. Would you happen to know the location? I have no idea. I appreciate your straightforwardness. Here's 2 fuel. We're going to try and run this run like genuine good guys. We're using a Kestrel. We are the nice people. We're not going to steal everybody's lunch money, probably. We might turn on a dime. We shall see. Oh, it's the beam dummy. Let's set fire to your drone system then, because you can't do any damage. This will take forever, because our charging time is pants. We could try and set their oxygen on fire. But I'm pretty sure they have defensive, like some type of repair drone. This is probably not the type of crew to really try and do the burn them to death technique on, but We'll give it a go. Yeah, they're just repairing so quick. I think this is not this is not going to happen. Okay. Plan change. Just nuke them. It's fine. It's fine. It's just the beam lady. He had positive intent. Probably. In there somewhere. Oh my word, 13.9 seconds feels like an eternity. Yeah, there's no point in even turning the fire starter on. They have one whole point left. I do think the fire starter, it is a nice combo of, yeah, kill the crew, but also you do a little bit of damage to a ship, so you don't get completely stuck if, say, an auto ship rocks up. Thank you for the freebies. What do we want? Do we think we can get to the merchant? Because it'll give us something for free, for sure, if we show up. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, we'd be diving if we did do that. So it's probably better to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. This is only free supply, so it's probably just a very small amount of scrap. It's not that important. Unless we want to set a trap. Let's do that. It'll delay them by 1 jump. That's C.U.R.A. We're 1 scrap short. Of course we are. Be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do we still get caught doing that? Well, I guess we're going to find out if we're going to do C.U.R.A. based on what happens here. We're probably not going to, because I think this is just crew member. Alright, that's fine. Mixes it up. So, you, sir... Probably it's just better off us just attacking you, and we need to run somebody into doors immediately. Get indoors, quick. And then Burst Laser can go for weapons. Aha! You were too slow. No, it's not going to take them very long to break in, admittedly, but it's fine. Yeah, they are just munching through our ship's doors. And there's nothing we can do about it. Just distract them long enough. Yeah, they're going to use pheromones. Go away. Bye. Do something like that. Okay, now they're going to come to the pilot, which is mildly annoying. We can do that for now. You then run away. Please don't blow up our piloting. They didn't get a chance. And Declan, hi. Close all the doors. Turn the oxygen... we should open all the doors, in fact. Let's get... I know I've been mocking it, but the 2 level of oxygen might genuinely be useful here. Hi, Declan. We'll rename you in a minute once our crew is able to breathe. Let's get the med bay on as well. Thank you. Who are we going to make as Declan become? Declan's probably going to be our door guy, I think it's fair to say. Unless, we might as well put him in shield. We don't have a shield person yet. Declan will probably end up getting moved to doors. Close all those doors. Come on, me. Stop eating the sausage rolls and get back to the piloting bay, would you? Who are we going to name as this Mantis? Supreme Mantis. He's fine. Eeny, meeny, miny. I think we'll go with Flocko, because I'm pretty sure the last time Flocko, that I can remember, was a medic. So this is kind of the opposite. So welcome to Bug Life. We can't afford to do C.U.R.A, so I'm not even going to bother. So we can just do the supply and then leave, I guess. I don't want to get condescending bug being like, you don't do anything for me. Yes, I know. 22 scrap from the supplies, not bad. Sometimes you can get them in the single digits, so I'll take 22 all day long. So probably a little bit of a Weenie Hut Jr. first sector, but I mean the layout was exactly what it is. Yes, I know. Scary ship. This is quite scary. You've got a lot of lasers going off. I don't think you're a ship that we're going to contend for just killing the crew. I think we have to go ham on your weapons, because this is pretty scary for us. But we can wreck some crew, even if this is being a human soldier. We should be fine 2-on-1. Especially if we use pheromones. Take a shot every time I forget to use the pheromones. You will be paralytic very quickly. How many shots did we just miss? That was absolute insanity. But it doesn't matter that we have no dodge temporarily. Go heal up. Thank you. I will heal my wife up afterwards. Engie, get back in there. Okay, they are now severely toast. We could try to take out their oxygen. But they're not repairing that in time. As soon as we do fire, I'm going to run my wife into said medbay. Okay, yeah, now they're going to have problems. The oxygen's out and there's a fire in there. Okay, thank you for getting fully healed. You get back. Let's turn our engines back on. I probably shouldn't have fired that, but it's okay. Because the problem is the fire's probably going to murderize the ship now beforehand, but we'll see what happens. We're just going to play the waiting game. Yeah, see, there's their engine gone, and their shield or their teleporter's probably going to go down before the crew does. Which is a pity. I guess that's the downside to having a weapon that can do a bit of both. You can murderize them way too quickly. But we'll see. I wish I could see them. I guess we can. Go stand in the sensors. Where are you? Oh yeah, the soldiers go down with the ship. See you later. Well, we've got a Kursk beam, which doesn't fit what we're doing. This beam is designed to charge quicker the more shots you make. So it's a chain beam weapon. It starts at 20 seconds. Horrendous. And it goes down to 11. So it's still not super quick even by the end. And then it becomes a halberd beam that fires quicker than a halberd beam. But it starts off slower than a halberd beam. I'd probably just rather have the halberd beam, to tell you the truth. I can't see us keeping that long term. But we'll see. Next sector. Well, we have peaceful or peaceful. What do we want to do down the line? There's a lot of hostile if we go up. But there's a lot of hazard if we go south. Gathering space, gathering realm. So it's orchids, irrespective of which way we go. Let's go to gathering space. Why not? We don't have an orchid or an... Well, we do have an NG. I was going to say that. So we can request supplies. They probably aren't going to do it. Yeah, we don't have an orchid. So they're not that inclined to help us. So, meh. Good old space racism. Do you want to upgrade our ship? Not too worried about getting level 2 doors now that we have a Mantis. Level 2 shields we can't afford. We would have to power our weapons up by at least 2 before that upgrade is useful in any way. So that's not happening. I think the answer is just no. We just hold fire for now. To do what we do in every sector that doesn't have a wonky ass layout, get to the middle of it and see what we can find. Giant gathering ship with a military escort. Please help me, I've been wrongfully detained. If I do this, they're probably going to be pissed off, but we're going to because we're... Another Declan. Okay. We'll probably do something to help the gathering, so that's fine. I'm sure... Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Mantis was called Declan too, right? I'm not just going insane. Well, you're going this way around. I told you, Flocko, you'd end up in the doors real quick. What type of combo? Well, these guys are going to be horribly weak to fire. So let's start by firing one shot at their medbay, and then we'll go for their weapons. Save those ship locations, please. I'm not too worried about this bomb. Especially if they put it in a room like that. Yeah, it's a breach bomb, but it's in a room that doesn't matter. So that's fine. We will fix that afterwards. And now their bomb's down. So, whap whap. In fact, with that being the case, we might as well get the engine to go and repair this. There we go. Then take one shot at the oxygen for good measure. You can go heal, close all the doors. And turn the oxygen off for just a second because you didn't really lose that much health. There you go. Turn the oxygen back on. And now they're in big trouble. Stop firing the weapon. You can go take a look at what's going on in the sensors. Maybe I'll just get level 2 sensors because this is a lot of micro I don't want to do. But in this case, they are absolutely toast. We have a crystal and we have a Zoltan. So, they get to pick. Do you want to die of fire? Do you want to die of asphyxiation? So many options for you. Thought I haven't got any. I thought we'd be melting all these orchids, but I guess not. Maybe they did have an orchid and we roasted them. Who knows? But now we just play the delicious waiting game. Looks like they might actually go the asphyxiation route. Interesting. Yeah, because the fire's going to run out of oxygen. Cool. Okay. So, how are you guys doing? Technically, this is being recorded on my birthday, my 33rd birthday, but you probably won't see it until maybe a couple of weeks afterwards, because it's the 4th of June, for context, on when this is being recorded. You should be maybe halfway through the run prior to this. I just happen to have a couple of days off work, so I thought, hey, this is a good time to do it. So, maybe we'll go and get some cake later or something. That'd be nice. Go golfing later in the week. What do you guys like to do when you're not watching these videos? Which, again, I do greatly appreciate. I can't believe so many people listen to me prattle on the internet. That was only 32 scrap. Crazy. Okay, you know what? There's no shop nearby. We are going to take level 2 sensors because I'm lazy. I mean, there's no other word for it, is there? I can't believe we haven't really seen anything in this sector so far. No specialty, no shop, nothing. Ooh, a Lanius ship. Much harder to ruin with fire. Not that dangerous, though, if you're just going to bring one of them on board. You pheromone up and go help me ruin this Mantis. Lanius's day, please. Having level 2 oxygen is going to be awesome for this, too. Okay, he's toast. See you later. Mr. Mantis, would you be so kind as to just hang around in the piloting for me temporarily? Oh! That was rude. That timing was terrible for us getting ions. We should aim for their weapons then. Then we should aim for their med bay. We have no dodge, but that's fine because their weapons are down. You can come back and help the Mantis repair. That's stinky. Not gonna lie, that's pretty rude. How is their med bay not down yet, by the way? That's horrendous. I know you're the world's worst repairer, Flocko, but go try and deal with those, please. At least they're out of sync now. Yeah, they just healed. They just repaired their med bay. No, I don't think so. But we know there's fire in here, so once we can take their med bay offline, they are in big old trouble. Although this ship's probably going to toast first. Hold fire on the weapon. This is probably going to be 100% not worth it, but it's fine. Come on, fire, spread. Can you please spread? Okay, fine, we'll just take them out. I don't want to get hit again. Taking extra hull damage for no reason is not the way to go. But we got a firebomb. If you want to just set everything on fire. It only takes 1 power, so that's maybe a little bit tempting. There's a store finally. They're not going to like us very much, so if this ends up being combat, it ends up being combat. We'll see. Now we'll dock. After you dock, you can't help but notice how calm and silent it is inside. We have Floral Crew, which we didn't rename, so we should do that. We'll request help, even though apparently they hate us. What can we get in this store? That is like the super pike beam, isn't it? The Sarissa beam. Takes 4 power, but it has the biggest beam length going. It's massive. Charge kernel, nah. We do have cloaking in here, but we don't have anywhere near enough money. We're not going to use this. That's 37 scrap. We're up to 155. That would be 25 to sell, so that would be 180. So that is enough for cloaking if we wanted to do it. Not going to go drones if we have an amp flak as the choice. I'm going to say that we don't get any of this, and we just improve our ship. I do like the emergency manual as just a generally useful piece of a kit. I'm going to say no to it for now, though. It's not a priority. What we are going to do is go into our ship's upgrades and install our scrap gatherer arm. I think that's 100% the right thing to do. Just get more scrap for the cost of 50 up front. We need to rename our crew member before I forget yet again. So, Declan number 2, you are going to be... Why not? Devault, congratulations, you're a flower. And what else do we want to do with 105 scrap? No more stores near us? Nope. So, I think we just go for the boring level 2 shields that we can't really fully afford to power right now option. It won't be that long before we can. And if we need to turn our weapons off, we have another bit of defense. Scans show a remote settlement being blockaded by a pirate ship. Now, we're not going to intimidate the settlers by burning their crops or starting fires. We're going to attack the pirates. We have thrown a missile at them. They have mind control and boarding. That's rude. And they mind controlled the mantis, which, I mean, is the correct decision, to be fair, but it's still really annoying. Because we're going to have to put the orchid probably in here just to block them a bit, and we're going to take an absolute ton of damage. Just because he's going to use his pheromones, right? So turn the med bay off, get the level 2 shields on. This is a Zoltan shield, so we're probably better off with the burst laser Mark III, which means we need to find power from somewhere. That, and like that, we are going to need to aim for weapons. You're going to board us and might just come in and annoy us some more. Go in and help. Yeah, I know, you're going to get absolutely ruined. Run away. If you could convert back anytime, that would be great. I guess I'm temporarily turning the med bay on. You're about to get wrecked. I have nobody else to cycle through right now, so if you guys could just not destroy everything on my ship, that would be great. Oh, that was laggy. The game's suddenly like, no! I will not show you this combat. Yeah, we got our mind control guy back. You get in there. You get out. I'd rather you not get converted. Okay, weapons are down. Switch back to the fire starter. Aim for mind control. Get the shields back up. Yeah, because if we get one of our guys mind controlled, the one thing we don't want to do is have it happen while they're essentially no health. And then we'll end up murdering somebody on our own ship. Well, that's annoying, but we knew the doors would go down at some point. I guess we go in there so the Engie doesn't get completely toasted. Switch out and switch out. Okay, he's gone, so that's fine. You go repair. You go heal. You're back. Get healed. You go repair. They have big fire problems, but they do also have a rockman, so I'm going to have to shoot him. But I don't know if this fire starter does any crew damage. So I guess we're going to have to aim for oxygen. Does the firebomb do any crew damage? Yes, it does. So we can do this, that, and then aim the firebomb in here. Turn the fire starter off. Probably for now. No, fire one more at the mind control. So firebomb, where are you going to go? Probably in here. Yeah, because that's where the Rockman's going to go. Perfect. So he's nearly toast. Now we can turn this off. Turn the oxygen back on so we don't suffocate to death, please. That would be groovy. Get the med bay back on. There's a lot going on here. You can go heal as well. Oxygen is back on, which, for the record, I'm not too sad about. Okay, perfect. The Rockman is going to come in here again. They might get a weapon or two back online, that's fine. Oh my word, he moved at the last second. That sucks. Yeah, I hate to see it. Yeah, weapons are back online. Oxygen is down. Okay, he's finally done. Stop firing bombs. Turn this back on just in case. Not going to fire it. Everybody go back to the room they should be in. The oxygen is out. Mind control is out. I'd actually rather oxygen not be out, but it was the only way to get the Rockman to go. And I think we're just going to have to shoot the slug again, aren't we? If we could hit, though, that'd be good. Hitting is not optional. Come on. Come on. We're terrible at this pirating thing anyway. Piracy cannot be forgiven. Attack. Except don't. We're just going to sit here and watch it crumble. So they have nowhere to go. I mean, that orchid surrounded by or fire in almost every room must be like, what did I do to deserve this? They're probably going to blow up because they only have one hit point left. But the other option is they're just going to asphyxiate, hopefully. Easier said than done when you have an orchid on the ship, but we will see. What will he do? How much health does he have? Because if I throw a bomb at him after the slug dies of asphyxiation, we should be able to take him out before the ship does. After all, there's no active fire in there at the moment. You didn't think this would turn into a crew-killing run, did you? Be honest with me. You didn't see it coming. Okay, slug's toast. Throw the firebomb at the orchid. And they're done. With the pirates gone, you signal the station. We appreciate what you've done, but there'll just be another ship to profit soon. Sorry we can't give you more. Everybody likes us for doing that. That's why I wasn't worried. Well, I'm never worried about the orchids hating us. Like, they're pretty easy going. We do 1, 2, 3. I don't really care too much about going to the outpost. It's free stuff, but there's free stuff everywhere if you can kill anyone and everyone, right? Oh, I know why my stuff is low. It's because you get to see my sexy chest. No, that's not it. It's because I was letting the battery drain down on my laptop. There we go. Excellente. As you approach the beacon, you notice a syndicate vessel that's costing what seems to be a gathering immigration center. We're going to defend it. What do you have going on? No healing. Do you have a drone? Let's turn on... Well, we'll definitely need 2 layers here. Fields. So we're going to shoot their weapons. And then one time we're going to throw the firebomb at there. Let's throw it at their oxygen because it'll force their hand to go defend it. And then we'll turn our own oxygen on. Oxygen's not included in this ship anyway, it's fine. They should have waited till they could fire 3 flags. That would have definitely been the way to go. Okay, so that's on fire. We can then go to... for all the engines, because it's in the middle of the ship. The Orchid's going to have a heck of a time. We're going to try and intentionally not have the oxygen blow up this time, but it probably will. It just did. Cool. So much for that game plan. Now we have to shoot the weapons again, because they're both in there. The Orchid repairing the oxygen. I'm going to let him try and repair that oxygen. That's fine. The fire will not continue to rage in the ship if we have them permanently take the oxygen out. And then we'll just shoot here as well, just once. And then we should be good. We don't need the firebomb turned on. Let's turn our oxygen on. Email, thank you very much. I remember to turn my sound off for my email this time, so this time we won't be grabbing for your pocket. Or at least hope not, anyway. And I didn't mean to fire that. Oh well, it's fine. Well, this ship's toast. We're not getting the scrap bounty from killing the crew this time. Not unless somebody wants to go in and save this. Could you do... If they sat in the same room, we could totally get them with the firebomb, but... Whap, whap! Where you going? Repairing the engines? No, that's not the way to go. Please go in the same room. Nope, they're done. Whap, 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 whap. Yeah, we'll take a rock man with you. And again, gathering likes us. There's so many events that they like, it's fine. Oh, we have a rock band that can cause fire. Where do we want to put you, friend? I think you are going to be our sensor, buddy. And because thematically it just makes me laugh that a bear, you know, gives big hugs, and I assume a rock man would too. Congratulations, Mr. Battle Bear. You get to be a rock man with an awesome hat. Congrats. If we're grading races based on how cool their hat is, you're going to be in a high tier. This is just a regular rebel ship. Okay. Well, we know the drill here. They only have 2 crew members. We're just going to fire at their weapons. We don't even need to go for shields. Once people start getting 2 layers of shields, that's when we're going to have to properly upgrade our weapon system. But for now, that's not really the case. And their missile missed. Fantastic. And they have 2 fires in their room. They will probably... Oh, I was going to say they'll probably take the fires out before the weapons go down, but I was incorrect. There they go. Now they have problems. Stop firing at them. I remembered this time. Again, microing, not my specialty, but there's nothing they can do here. In fact, I can take 1 more shot without killing the hull. Because it'll do 1 damage. And they have 4 systems. No, I shouldn't do it. Because if the system in the 4th room dies before the crew does, then I still won't get that extra bonus. Look, he is capable of learning. Sometimes it takes a while, but it is capable. And now they're in all kinds of trouble. Where are you going to go? Because if you go back to piloting, you have to run through all the fire in the weapon bay. Oh, he did it. Kudos to him. It was killing him, but he did it. I'm not sure what they thought that achieved, though. You still left all the fire in the weapon room. It's like you've pushed some of the lava into the sea, but the volcano's still erupting. Like, congratulations, you've built the trench, but, I mean, the volcano's still there. Are you going to move, fire? Or are you now shy? You got rejected in the following rooms. You're like, oh, you know what, man? The weapons room looks pretty comfy. It's just the right temperature. No, there we go. He has expanded. And now they are so low on health. Like, what do? What do, guys? What do we do? Come on. Come on, fire. We need to be like, you know, firebenders and just push it. Just push it over there. Into the room that will murderize them. I could throw a firebomb at them, I guess, but... I just want them to run into the fire and accept what's happening here. They have been defeated. They're trying to escape. Good luck with that, with no engines, no piloting, no pilots. I'd love to see you try and escape. I can't even escape the shield room right now. That was a terrifying... I'm sure it wasn't just me that was terrified of that sound in, like, the early Sonic games as a kid. I still don't like it now when I'm, like, 33 years old. Nearly said 32. Like I said, it's my birthday the day I was recording this, and forgetting your age is just what you do when you get old. Don't think that was worth the amount of scrap we got, but that's okay. Hopefully I'm keeping you company on a whatever day it is you're having. Maybe you're at work, maybe you're asleep and you can't even hear me, but you just like the sound. I'm A-okay with that for the record. Fine, you don't have to give me something for free. It's just a station. Nothing in here. Again, I say that's not exciting, that's not true, because they do have cloaking, and we're going to want that eventually, but not right now. I still think we're going to go with upgrading our ship. I don't think any of that's very interesting. Okay, so we definitely need a reactor power, because the way we're having to balance that is comical. I think we get one more weapon power, because that means at least we can do firebomb and burst. If we have to plow through shields, we have that option. And honestly, we might be able to do one. We have so much fuel, we could probably go here, 2, 3 to the outpost, 4 back, and then go towards the exit. Because there's nothing else that's super interesting to us, so I think that's perfectly fine. We will agree to deliver a gift. Where is it? Okay, maybe that changes our plan then. Okay, well, see you later, outpost. We're going to go deliver this gift instead. Which we're definitely not going to keep, because we're the good guys. Rockman ship, we are not doing the same game we would with making the crew all explode with fire, because they're immune to it. So, what do we want to do here? Oh, yeah, they have a kernel weapon. It's a rock ship with purely rock crew that has a kernel weapon. That's weird. That seems very weird, but it's fine. Let's get some more dodge. Try and avoid this kernel. We're probably not going to, realistically, but maybe we will. Oh, it's a double shot too. Triple. At least it all hit rooms that it doesn't really matter. You go repair that. Actually, open all of the doors, as crazy as that sounds. Go to level 2 oxygen, and then the orchid can go around repairing a load of things. And then we'll be fine. There we go. So we took some damage in our hull, but not in a particularly dangerous way. There. Jobs are good. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the Burst Laser Mark III like I alluded to, but, I mean, it does do a lot of damage. It does pack a punch, I'll give it that. If you have cloaking, cool. We don't. Pirate ship worn out by many battles moves in your direction. An ASB system seems to have been installed on a nearby planet, and if you sent out distress, you might be able to take advantage of it. Ask for help? Nah, we'll engage it alone. I'm not that worried by this. They're going to board us. They have a backup battery, which is just adorable. They do have a missile, which is going to suck. Fire one firebomb in there immediately, and then fire the burst laser at it too. And get more dodge. Where you boarding us? Piloting? Genuinely quite annoying. Go help world's slowest crew member. No, that's a lie. It's not the Crusader. Those are the slowest crew members. Yeah, now they're in big trouble. So their weapons are offline completely. There's a fire. You go heal. That's fine. Battle Bear, you're going to fill in as a pilot for a moment for me, please. They have no weapons, so having massive dodge is completely unnecessary. No. We might even be able to take this crew out. Turn that down. Put the fire bomb on. I was really hoping they would both go to the same room so I could save some money. But that's okay. Fire a firebomb in piloting, please. Ow, that's done. And you're going to fire a firebomb into the shield room. Is 2 missiles worth the expenditure here? Probably not, but it's fun, so that's why we're doing it. Thank you for the 31 scrap. Quest marker. Probably should have flipped our crew back, but it's fine. We're going to deliver the sculpture. It's fine. Getting 4 missiles is excellent. I would like a shop now, just to possibly top up our hull a smidge, but it's fine. There's nothing in the background here. Beacon is completely devoid of activity. And we already did our salvage mission, right? Yeah, we did. We do have an NG, so we can do the 7 drone parts for 7 repairs technique. So I guess we will. Just because this is a space where nothing's going to happen anyway. And we should go to the exit. We are not dive ready, not in these shoes. Let's explore. You share the speaker with just one of the ship, but it appears long since abandoned, so we're probably dealing with either spooky ghosts or it's asleep. I don't want to dock. We're just going to... Oh, apparently it was under control by ghosts the entire time. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, we don't want to dock because we might lose crew and we don't have a clone bay, so that is not the way to go. We definitely can't use the power of fire here. We'll be doing Burst Laser Mark III. They have cloaking. And they have a missile weapon, so we're going to take at least one missile attack. Luckily, it looks like it's either just a Leto or an Artemis. Either way, it's not a very strong missile. Right in the engines, with a breach. Beautiful. Go repair. And then we're going to aim at their cloaking, because it'll take them a while to get that back online, probably. We can go back. In fact, Mr. NG, you might as well go heal while we wait. They have nothing going on right now, so let's get you healed up. Thank you. There we go. See you later. I guess it's a double scrap, but it's only 28 in total. So, next sector, we can either go to the Free Mantis parts or the Rebel regions. So we do have a Free Mantis, so we probably get some free stuff. But I think what we'll do next episode is go to the Rebel regions, because it's right in the middle. And then it gives us a choice about where we can go after that. If we go up, we're dedicated going up to all those other hostile sectors. So we'll have to make that decision next time. If you did enjoy the video, let me know. The old like, subscribe, comment trick, it would be greatly appreciated. I know, again, it's not my birthday when this comes up, but it's a birthday gift. If you know friends or folks that might enjoy the video, give it a share, would you? I appreciate it. The algorithm, pretty rude to small YouTubers, as you can probably see by the fact that, like, everybody here is awesome, but there aren't many of us. So, we could have some more friends. That would be greatly appreciated. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye now.